friends. Joshua Lee here with the Optimum U podcast. Thank you for joining me. And today I want to talk about impact building, okay? And the power that each and every one of us has to do the thing that we were designed to do to create the impact that we were designed to create. That sounds awesome. But what does it mean? Okay. I once was trying to change my spark plugs in my car. And if you've never done that before, there is a particular socket that you can have for a socket wrench that's a spark plug socket. It's deep, allows just the right size, and it's deep enough to have like the head of the socket of the spark plug rather go inside there, so you can actually grab hold, and it makes the job a cinch. And when you're doing multiple spark plugs, that is very helpful. However, I didn't have one of these spark plug sockets, and so I had to improvise. I had to make something up, do a makeshift solution for whatever it was. And when I did that, I was able to get the job done, but it took me probably 10 times longer than it should have. It was definitely not as safe, as far as, tightening things back down. I probably didn't do it as well as I should have. And I definitely bashed up my knuckles numerous times in the process. Now, the reason this matters is that whenever you are doing a job, we have all experienced the time in life where we have something to get done, and we know what the right tool for the job is, but we just don't have it, or we don't have access to it, or it's too expensive, or some kind of limitation that prevents us from having the right tool for the job. Now, the job can be accomplished using other means, not using the tool that was specifically designed for that task. But oftentimes the result is it takes longer, the quality is not as good, and we might bash our knuckles along the way and maybe say some things we don't mean. And so this is a perfect metaphor for understanding your natural design, because each of us was designed in a particular way for a particular thing. We or in other words, is we were designed on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose. And when we are able to understand what that purpose is and cooperate with that natural design, that's like having the right tool for the job. Now, we can accomplish plenty of other things in our lives, and that we were not necessarily designed for. Many things that we encounter on a day-to-day basis, there's plenty of stuff that we have to do that we don't really like to do. That's just part of living life, and maybe it's not part of our purpose, but it is what it is, and that's fine. But when it comes to applying the lion's share of your life force to something, when it is the something that you were designed to do, you're so much better results when you cooperate with your natural design to do that which you were designed to do. And now I keep using that phrase, that what you were designed to do, what your purpose is. Like, everybody is unique, everybody's different. We all have a specific thing that we were made to do, to accomplish, to achieve, to the particular value that we are designed to add to the world. And when we figure out what that is and pursue it passionately and vigorously, we will have a huge impact. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about impact building, is the sooner you start creating that impact, the bigger that impact is going to be over time. This is a compounding effort. And so the longer you can have it going, the greater the compounding interest out in the future. And so I I had this desire to connect with people that really wanted to transition in their life from, I've achieved something and I want to go on to the next phase of my life. And that's all well and good. I really appreciate those folks, and I won't leave you out. But over the last week or so, I went and took part in the John Maxwell team International Maxwell certification. So the GMT IMC, as they say, and the vision of the team right now is focusing on transformational leadership, and that transformational leadership needs to be aimed into our communities to build the transformational leaders and that leadership capability. Probably the most important key piece of being a transformational leader is creating other transformational leaders. So it's a generational picture where you are one, you make more, and you help them make more. And I think the real impact to our society at large, our communities, our cities, our counties, our states, our nation. That's for us in the U.S. That's that structure. But all over the world, this I think is going to be the key to transforming our world and making an impact that's global. We can't start at the top. By the time the part of the reason that we can't start at the top is that the people that are already at the top are they're older. There's age requirements in a lot of these elected positions of president, House, Senate, governor, all those things, and they are I don't want to say set in their ways, but they're in there for a limited amount of time, and the core transformations that have to happen, they have to happen inside of an individual first, and then through them. It's the concept I talk about. It's called it happens in you before it can happen through you. Okay. And the value of aiming that high is diminished because of the amount of time that it takes for the transformations to happen inside of the individual. And by the time that happens, then they may not have enough time to actually initiate transformation from their new place of being into the areas that they serve. So the more impactful way to transform our nations and our world in general is to start younger, so that we can influence the people that are in their more formative years, who are in the process of deciding what it is they stand for, and pin down their values, and their efforts. Like, we have too much apathy in the world today, and because people don't know how they can make a difference, people don't understand that they can make a difference. And when we can begin to show people at a younger age that they can actually influence their world and add value to their world, then they become more empowered to do so. And when they get to begin experiencing their transformation, specifically the one that I want to bring to this generation of millennials primarily, and work my way up from there, is understanding that they have a natural design, and that if they cooperate with their natural design, they can impact the world. They can create their unique impact that they were designed to create, and it's doable and it's possible, but they have to be cooperating with their natural design. It's that same concept as having the right tool for the job. The job can get done. It can be improvised, but it's not as effective. It's not as fast, and people can get hurt. And so I want to bring to this generation the understanding and the purpose to be intentional about discovering all of the facets of each individual's design so that they can go and make an impact on the world more purposefully and also sooner. Because the sooner that they start doing that, then the greater the compound later on, and we'll have a giant, huge impact globally if we can just turn the tides of this younger generation to understand how much power they have and teach them how to tap into that power inside of them and cooperate with their design and do what they were meant to do. And so that's my purpose. That's what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks is really clarifying who I want to serve and how I want to serve. I have long understood that we each have a natural design to cooperate with, and that we'll get the best results when we do so. I've been learning who it is that I really want to impact personally in order to have my greater impact on the world. I think I have a kind of a meta impact where I want to impact the world by unleashing as many people as I can to impact the world in their way. And that's my way of doing it. And I'm understanding now that my target audience, go into the marketing term or whatever, but the people that I care deeply about are the people that are just learning how to show up in the world. I don't want to be in a place where I'm trying to negate the influence of the negative influences of society. I want to rather be influencing and infusing the right things prior to society infusing the wrong things. Cynicism and all that stuff. I don't like that stuff, and I don't want to work against it. I have the same principles with raising my children. I want to be the primary. I want my wife and I to be the primary influences in their lives, and so we have chosen the ways that we do that, and we're very intentional about being that primary voice, and ensuring that they understand that they were designed for something, and that they can cooperate with that design, and that they can have an identity that's unique to them, and choose all of the character qualities and behaviors that are in alignment to their identity that is declared so that they can achieve their impact in the world. They can build their impact. And so that's what I want to do with as many people in the world as I possibly can, is to touch the lives of younger people so that they know that they have value, they have power, and that they can build their impact by cooperating with their natural design and achieve great things and create the world that they want to live in the future, instead of reacting to circumstances once they're older and in places of more influence. They can build their influence, they can build their impact and make it happen. So that's the latest level of clarity that I have in with regard to my identity and my purpose. And that's that brings up a nice point, is that no matter when we begin the journey of identifying and declaring our identity and launching into our purpose and building our impact, We always have room for growth, and we always have room to begin to clarify and get to increase our clarity and increase the precision in which we talk about it, and that's just an ongoing thing. And the beauty of it is the sooner you start, the clearer you get over time, and it becomes that flag post, stake in the ground, that's out in the future that you're aiming for all the time. And you just create this review cycle in yourself. Is here are the things that I'm doing in life. I have decisions to make, and now I'm gonna make my decision. But first, let me check on that flag post out in the future, in the distance. Make sure that the decision that I make is heading in that direction. And it becomes this really powerful prioritization tool when you know your identity and you have that purposeful stake in the ground. And part of that purpose is to build your impact and influence the world to be what you want it to be in a not self-serving way. I just want that's the key. The unfortunate power of cooperating with your natural design is that it makes you more effective. And if you want to be more effective at being bad, you can be. If you want to be more effective at being good, you can be. I wholeheartedly advocate for doing good, for striving to achieve outcomes that are in the best interest of all involved. And but the reality is that this is a powerful principle, a powerful tool. Is you can have the right tool for the job and very effectively do bad things. And it's just one of those things that it's a double-edged sword. And I hope that people have integrity in this, but I don't want to withhold from the people that will do good just because there are people in the world that do badly. I'm not going to be one of those companies that recalls things because people use their product in a stupid way, and so it's personal responsibility, it's personal accountability. Use your power for good. Make sure the impact that you build is a good one that adds value to the people that you were meant to serve. And we are all meant to serve. That's part of our natural design. Our purpose in life is always going to be geared towards serving others, and our purpose in life will always be oriented towards our enthusiasm. We will be uplifted and energized by doing the work that fulfills that calling as we build our impact. So I think that's probably about enough right now. I know this might be rambly, but I really wanted to put out there for everyone to hear that I'm on a journey also, and as I go on this journey, I'm going to gain clarity into why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm already reaching a stage of revision. This isn't my first one either. As I gain extra clarity on who I want to serve and how I want to serve them, as I become more and more aware of things, as I make decisions and make progress in maturing myself and my capabilities, new things come to light, and I go, oh, that is something that I want and need to add to my arsenal to add clarity to my personal identity, so that I know that now it's like the precision of that stake in the ground out in the future has just increased a little bit, and it makes it easier for me to head in that direction as I make my decisions in life, and know that I can easily ask myself the question, does this make me more or less of who I'm designed to be? And does this help build the impact that I was designed to build? And if not, I don't do it. And if it does, then I do it. and it becomes that much easier to navigate day-to-day life and also those big decisions that we have. So thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you next time. And I apologize for having a gap in my publishing. I know that people might have been expecting my weekly podcast, and I missed that as I was preparing for that live event out of town, and also being at that live event out of town. Just didn't make it happen, and I apologize, but it's going to keep going. So I'm committing that to you right now, that I will continue publishing this podcast, and I also intend to do so more frequently than once a week. So there you go. Called my shot. I'm going to do it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.